better. No connection. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Okay. So the concept of SEO, we talked about the algorithms, then the SEO strategies. Okay, so the on-page thing, you don't have to worry that on the WordPress platform we'll be doing that. Technical also you don't have to worry. Off-page also it's the social media thing. Okay, that you don't have to worry. But just put all those. SEO is not just do with keyword; it's actually the whole thing. From the social media also as the SEO aspect, or even when you're writing is captions for social media. SEO, even those captions are 100 words. If you pull up keywords, so I will show you a couple of tools. Also, especially for you, it will be useful if you're writing how to pull up specific keywords for your social media captions. Not part of this, but we'll do it also to add more value. Later after you finish the presentation, it will be useful for the other also. Managing Facebook posts and personal ones also be useful. Okay, and of course the time-consuming process, but it's nothing is guaranteed, like you said. There's so much competition, and nobody knows what the hell Google does to rank. There are over 300 factors, ranking factors, and keyword is only one of them. Yeah. So all what we only talking about 10 factors here presentation, but over 200 factors which Google even doesn't disclose. When people will try the shortcuts, no, but but the AI is far more advanced than the human brain. I mean, replica of the human brain, but it's far more advanced, and future it will be very advanced. So it knows everything. Even like for example, you're writing content. Let's say if you're browsing in Google, right, from one tab to another, it knows what you're browsing, what you're searching, and the algorithm collects history. If you let's say copy some content and put it on the website, it knows that click copy everything it tracks. So what people do smartly, they have two computers, log into different browsers, being Mozilla or whatever, and log into a separate browser, do the research, take the content, and make the changes, then paste it onto this, so just to cheat Google. So they use those strategies. So Google tracks everything to the once you log into your Gmail account. Once you're using through your Gmail account, then you're tracked. Everything is tracked. Whatever you're searching, everything tracked. Okay, that's the beauty of it.
Okay. Is the new thing that Sean was saying now, if you use ChatGPT and stuff like that, Google can pick it up. Right?
Yeah. There are new. Earlier we had the plagiarism checkers, like in universities and all used, right? And online there's a very famous plagiarism checker called Copyscape. Copyscape is not free, you have to pay. Like you can pay $5, and I think per 1,000 words they charge few cents. But it was pretty. It scans only the web pages, but it cannot scan AI. For AI now they introduce not Google, there are companies. That's the business, right? Something called originality AI. That's the best. They can once you use ChatGPT and generate content, Google has already inbuilt it. It will immediately identify the key there you need to know is now ChatGPT. Whenever you use a prompt, okay, it will not write from the first person point of view unless you tell it to. I did this, I did that. So most of the blog writing and all, if you write from I concept, I experienced this, I went there, I ate this food, it felt that Google loves. First person content writing. Now all the ChatGPT, all third person, or second, third person it writes. So immediately that content is not valuable. But unfortunately for websites and what you are writing, you can't write from my point. It's not professional. That's the only challenge. But if you check all the top bloggers, travel bloggers, and all of them, they always write their personal experience. That's what Google likes. That's a game there. But unfortunately for corporates, we can't use them. Your technical writing, you can't use the I. So that is a major setback, but we've got to work around that, right?
So if we just use ChatGPT, Google they take as a spam content.
No, now Google is allowing now because Google itself they're launching Bard, right? Their own version. So to compete, what they want is even if it's the AI generated with the human element mixed into it, they want that content to add value to the user. Somebody reads it, he should be able to. I mean, if he has a search query, that should answer his search query. And the person, I mean, like most what we do, even we do is when you start, let's say they're researching for exam, like most of people use Google for students, right? So when they're researching, they have to go through 20, 30, 40 websites just to understand what they're manipulating. Let's say what is marketing or what is digital marketing, go through so many websites. Google doesn't want that. Google says if they give you the best article, which talks about everything about, let's say, digital marketing, bam, you're right there, right? So that is what the whole how the Google AI you can use now. They allow it because now Google itself is bringing it, right? So they can't block it. So later, I don't know how it will evolve. So we'll wait and see, right? But you can use AI generated content. It's not a problem, right? Yeah, GPT-4 will be more smarter, so you can use it. On to the point. That's correct. But always, but it doesn't talk about experience. Any content from ChatGPT, it doesn't talk about experience. Now, once you let's say you pull out content from ChatGPT, put in a technical way the experience. You can write the experience. Let's say luxury yacht, you're writing TFG. If you can actually include some experiential content in that, how a person would experience going on a cruise. That one, that's the key. That is the where you set yourself apart in the content. Okay, so the important SEO is you all know about increasability, increasing traffic, complete advantage, cost effective, measurable results.
So one thing, like how long can you see the SEO result?
So that's a very difficult question because now it's much longer. Earlier it was shorter. Sure. Now for new websites, we are taking out new website projects now. It can take actually. I follow a lot of this, SEO content gurus or experts, and they have schools. They teach like income schools, American school. Like they teach and they do research. They do a lot of hundreds of websites. So what they say now is it takes 8 months for a blog to properly rank. On 8 months. So for a new website to properly rank with optimization with content, number of pieces of content going into it is a minimum 400. Yeah, okay, you can't have 400 web pages. I'm saying about articles, 400 different web pages. Obviously, 400 articles, 400 web pages. So 400 plus it can take up to. It depends on the niche. If you get into a niche where there's not much of a presence for other players, unique, let's say something. Like TFG is not unique. There are so many luxury, providers out there. Any unique product, I don't know. You can't think of unique, but everyone is doing everything now. Okay, something crazy and unique where only you are doing, yes, that will come on top. Probably in 3 months, 6 months. But if you're in the game where you have about 1,000 other competitors who are already in the same, writing the same content, it's going to take years, honestly. But you will see traffic because how the Google algorithm works is the search results in Sri Lanka are different from India, the US, regional wise. It will pull out different ways. It won't put the guy searching for one particular key phrase. Let's say, I don't know, this, what's the best, is this imperial model, what's the best mouse in the world or something. It results in different regions, different people, different phones, based on your, Google knows your user, let's say audience, your user experience, it knows what you're searching for, your history. It has a history. So based on your search history, it pulls out, websites. With Google, what it does is, it's pulling out websites not just with keywords. Now Google has to pay advertisers. The advertisers pay Google. That's the biggest business, advertising. So Google will try to show the websites with the best possible ads going for that. That's very important. Google ads, right? So for example, writing on real estate or something like that. If there are a lot of advertisements in Google's, let's say, in its portfolio for real estate, okay, then it will show the highest bidder websites first in search. That all depends on the region. For example, if it's US advertising, US market, those top bidder keywords who are bidding for $10 per click, $20, some guys bid for 100. Insurance is the highest. Some insurance and law firms UK, they bid for $300 per click. Right? That is one good culture website clicks on the ad, $300 is spending for one click. Right? It's crazy, right? So Google, that's how Google value where Google needs to give results to advertise. That's its first priority. The whole thing, SEO works on that. People don't look into that. People just think content. No. For example, like this luxury art business, there are a lot of advertisements, but bit of a niche. For that, there's a bit of a chance. This Flama.
But so another thing also with TFG, right? The thing is now they are essentially brokers. It's a brokership, which means those same products that are on their website are also being advertised on other websites. So how is that going to work? Like
That will be if they are, for example, if they're not doing Google ads, that's a that'll be a setback for us. If TFG, let's I don't know what their ad budget is, the rating ad budget. If they are a broker like you say, and same product it goes on multiple websites, the other broker, let's say broker A1, A, B, C, if broker C, he's paying more to go for Google ads, his content is going to come on top. It doesn't matter what magic you do with SEO writing. Another day, Google is all about money. It's all about money. If somebody pays Google, let's say at $50 a click, and we don't pay anything, and we're just writing content, he doesn't give a damn for our content. We always value the guy who's paying $50 per click. So always SEO, you have to balance it with your ad budget. Okay, so it has to be, it's a total integration. So social media, advertising, paid, or everything has to, and if you have a very strong social media presence, Google values, let's say if you have massive following Instagram, Facebook, or LinkedIn, automatically Google picks that with the URL. So connecting to interlink, that's where the backlinking comes in, right? So Google knows, okay, this site has a very strong social media profile in LinkedIn or Facebook, it has so 100,000 followers. Then this is valuable. So automatically the website will get a big kick. Okay, so I don't know about the TFG social media presence. Have you seen? Is it good followers?
Not that way.
Not that. So that is not great, and the websites are so new. It's going to be a slow and a shaky climb on top. It's not easy, right? Those clients. Okay, but if the client has at least one, you don't have to be. It's very difficult to become a hit in all the social platforms. Let's say if you're on Google, Facebook, Insta, at least one you're doing well, that is a good opening. At least one. But most clients focus on 5, 6 social platforms and none are taken off. It's better if they focus on one main and give more. You should have other presence, but focus on the YouTube. Let's say it's luxury, I think best be YouTube. Video. YouTube, now TikTok is getting banned here and there, but YouTube and Instagram Reels and Facebook Reels also has good reach now.
YouTube Reels also.
Sure, good reach. So if they go on video, that we have to design, right? Based on the client's product category, it's jewelry, it's luxury, they definitely visual. That's if you go video. With again video YouTube, you need to have good descriptions. That will push the video more. Some people just put the video and just have one line as a description. No, when they give 5,000 character description. 5,000 up to 5,000 characters YouTube gives the description. You have to make use of at least 4,000 characters. It's like writing a blog within the description.
But when people actually see it,
It doesn't matter. Because Google actually sometimes doesn't understand the video. YouTube, it knows, of course it knows the video, you can't see the video, it knows the video, but you explain what the video is in the description. But that will optimize in search. It knows in the YouTube algorithm knows text, okay, this video is all about this. Okay? All about this. Because some people see the video and they might go to the description looking for information where this product is, how much the price, who's selling it and all that. So everyone is not visual, people still like to read. Right? So that also goes well, right? With that. Then the keyword research part, that you won't be doing it, but I will touch on it after the presentation, especially since you're into social caption writing, that will be useful. I'll show you some free tools which you can easily use to do a quick research and pull out some keywords. So keyword research, what we mainly use is the Google Keyword Planner. Okay, so for that you need to have a Google Ad account, or else you can't access the Keyword Planner. So the keyword, I'm not going to show that in this, since you're not using the keyword plan, you have, I don't have access to these guys' Google Ads account. Okay, probably give you access and show you that. But that one will give you the, once you enter the website URL, you can pull out all the keywords currently in the website and what they are ranking for in cost per click. So the cost per click is high and the volume search, you can check on that and identify which I used to send him the reports, volume search. So you can identify if it's any search, monthly average search over 10,000 is a good something where you can work on. Anything 1,000 is also anything below 1,000 it's a low search. So it doesn't matter like how much ever you content you write on a keyword which is a low search volume, you're not going to rank. Okay, so I have personally faced it when I had some clients, it's a consultancy. There was one guy called hospitality, and the guy has worked in Middle East for 20, 30 years, G100 managing certain 5-star hotel. He comes to Sri Lanka, then he puts up a website, then he was searching for a social media person, and he found me. Then, over 2-3 years ago, and he told me like he wants to get traffic to his business model. At the end of the day, there is no hospitality consultant. That is the guy consulting for not for hospitals, for hotels, but it goes to hospitality, right? So not nobody searching for it in Sri Lanka. I think below 10. Only 10 searches a month or something. So guy, whatever we did, the guy gets no traffic. Nobody's searching for it. So I told him, I think you should expand into more broader areas to get some traction. Now it's going to be dead meat. Actually, business is dead meat after Corona. I think it just went out. Right? So here you need to understand the user intent, right, with the keyword research. So when I give you a keyword, that really gives you the base outline of what you want to talk about, because the keyword and plus the title also will be giving us, so you know what the title is, because the keyword will be in the title and what I'm going to talk about. Okay, then of course improves search engine rankings. Then you're targeting the audience, okay, with that keyword. But another thing is that with the targeting audience, there's something called, I mentioned here, location based targeting. Let's say if you're targeting someone in Colombo, okay, let's say for a luxury yacht, for example, Colombo in France, okay, so you need to have a topic, a title, for example, luxury, where to find a luxury yacht in Paris. Paris matters. Once you put that word Paris location, anyone in Paris searching for this will see that article. Paris. So you're directly telling Google you only want to target the people in Paris. If you want to further, Paris would choose a town, bam. Okay, choose a town and that will go. That's location based targeting, but I don't know. Here we'll see, especially TFG, we can do that. Flamma also we can do that. So we'll look into the Flamma. They won't do all around the world. Actually, so that Ali is like a bit of a. I said you can't do SEO for all around the world. You should choose one area is serving, and if he's very clear on that, we can say Dubai, we can target Qatar, we can target countries and go deep one step further into the cities, towns. Then those blogs will rank. Okay, there is one. Then identifying content gaps, that will, when you're handling one client's content portfolio with time, while you're writing, you will know. When you have a collection of keywords and titles, you'll know where the gaps are, then you can suggest. I think we should, write content on this product, this area, anything, any slightest thing. Sometimes a feature in this luxury product in TFG, one feature which other people are talking about, if we talk about that, that will result in a better ranking. Right? So we need to pick those up, key features, because since you're in the content writing, you can pick it up, right? Gaps, content gaps. I'll share the presentation with you, right? Don't worry.
So there are tools, right? Like Ahrefs has something called content analytics where we can.
These guys don't have the paid. We are only using very expensive, but $260, $50 a month. So I don't think they're using Ahrefs and SEMrush. SEMrush is the best.
Yeah, SEMrush is good.
Good, but expensive. I think Sean, I saw the big message he sent today. Probably we can suggest we need more clients. I mean, we can actually use that tool. Uber Suggest is also quite good. That's also quite good. Currently, we'll just use the free, and we just have the paid version of Rank Math. We're using that because for a technical SEO of the website, that is the best. But not for content selection. Content selection, Yoast, SEMrush, RS, those are the best. But they don't do any technical analysis on the website. So here, since we are getting the client initial full step technical analysis, improve that later. So we need to have 2-3 tools actually to make it. But later we will, we can, suggest that for other things. Then of course you can measure the performance through Google Analytics, all that, right? Keyword research. Then these are the tools, like mainly Google Keyword Planner. Today I will show you this H Super tools. Very cool, very easy to use. Okay, quickly you can, for social media, you can quickly pull out, content and make your search prompt. Also, I'll show you how to use normal Google search. So that's the best. Google browser, you just type a few keywords, the entire suggested phrases. Those are the best searches. Search results. For that, you can get an idea. Okay, this is what people are searching for. So based on that, you can write social media captions. Then the Moz Keyword Explorer is also just a plugin for Google. You can install that. That's a good, it gives you a complete analysis, like all what RSS it gives, right? Moz is also a big company like RS and Rush, But suggest Google Trends is also quite good. Then you can already put SEMrush and RS because it's a paid tool. So
Uber Suggest is done by who owns it?
Neil Patel. Neil Patel. He's an Indian guy, but he's so-called the SEO guru in the United States. But people don't like him because he the guy has good insights into SEO. That's his business. Burger charges something about, I think for a month he charges about $7,000 to do SEO.
On his website is like you want Google and contact.
Yeah. So there are companies using him, and the game, the same game, content. What you are doing, he's doing, right? Same credit, he has a lot of massive pool of content writers and using them to, get the rankings up. So that's his business. I thought Uber is owned by Uber initially. I thought Uber is owned by Uber. No, it's owned by this guy. Because some people answer the public. That also again part of that's also another tool. That's also good use. So we can look at those tools after we do this. It's very interesting. Okay. Then how to identify relevant and profitable keywords. That part is something which actually we need to do all. Well, this keyword research content creation is like actually it's like a business strategy meeting, right? Honest, like you're having this weekly meeting, we are having discussing all the things. If you want to put up a proper content strategy, believe it or not, there are companies who actually have meetings just to identify the keywords and just to get the best. They have brainstorming sessions and all of these. They go through the full, full list, and then because then this is the what you call the building blocks of the SEO. So they do this to go to the next step, even to write content for the website. Unfortunately, here we are still, because I don't think we have the resources to do, but we can do it. People are willing to do it. Before they decide to write content on a website, before they decide to plan on the design of the website, we should do this full team meeting. Really put this out. Then, based on this, we can pull out images, design. Everything comes from the visuals come from the idea of what the content is going to be. The first thing is going to be content design structure. Unfortunately, we're doing the other way around. We are trying to talk about UX design first and put the pictures, then final thing on talking about the content. But that should be the other way around. Probably we can change that later because as you commented, no, you stop this, you should do this first. Then they might think then, but think they actually probably out the picture. I mean, say that, but no people, you're right. So, but actually, what the top SEO agencies so they do is they do this first before everything. Okay, based on these findings, then the UX design is also a big subject. It's not like just someone sits on a laptop and that's what you have for meeting. You should put everyone in the organization. Everyone has a different perception. What he sees is nice is different. What I see, what you see is nice is different. So everyone gives the input. Then they choose the website layout design, which is the best. It's not like you just design and say, ask, this is good. That's also a massive planning. I know people who take it really seriously go. I mean, they spend 80% planning, 20% actual work. So the planning is very, very important. I just put it up for you to understand how it's a massive process, but here we are taking shortcuts. But it's actually a massive process. Now the area comes in, right? Content creation. How to create user-friendly and SEO-friendly content. Here only we're going to go to the practical aspects of it. See it on WordPress and all of that, right? Then most important thing is before we go to the practicals, I will just go through the terminology. Focus key phrase. So now it's not just a keyword. We're talking about key phrase. We're just talking about 4 to 5 word sentences, search phrases. People are not just searching for dog kennels. They're searching for dog kennels in Kalambu or dog kennels near my area or whatever dog kennels from my dog breed, whatever dog breed, or something like that. So right. So the keyword phrase only we use, not just the keyword. So currently, unfortunately, in the Google keyword planner, I'm giving the only the one or two words, but I'm building the title with the phrase, search best possible search phrase, and so we're going to write content based on that search phrase on the title. The title is going to be the main parameter. Then the key phrase. Now, when you're writing, you should use the key phrase what we choose in your introduction, first paragraph. Very, very important on the first paragraph, right? We'll go through it when you do the practical, but first para we're using, right? Then we're using the key phrase in the subheading. So every paragraph should have a subheading, okay? Subheading, and the key phrase also should be repeated at least once or twice. If you're having 4 subheadings, at least repeat it in 1 subheading or 2 subheadings, the key phrase, right?
So I have, so if for example, if it's like, tools for SEO this, and then you give 4 subheadings that you put Google search as
Yeah.
this. But then now the main keyword, if it takes the SEO tool or something like that, the keyword, then how can we incorporate in the subheading?
Subheadings, that's what the subheading should be descriptive. It can't be one word subheadings. It should be like the title, not a full length, let's say at least 5, 6 words or 8 words, whatever. You should try to use the words, shift the words here and there, try to incorporate. It's very challenging, but we look at it. I understand. You just use one word, no. Yes, you have to. Your chat GPT can help you out. Go to title, pull out subheadings for that key phrase will give you. Right? Okay, so it's very challenging. So once you go through the Yoast, you will see how difficult it is to get the reliability index, right? Then key phrase and of course article title that should be coming up top here, but we need to use that. Then the key phrase density, you need to at least use the key depending on the length of the article. If it's a 500-word article, you need to at least use it thrice. The key phrase, exact key phrase. You should not use your ability to jumble the word. Create the content and stuff that keyword and key phrase at least thrice. Okay. On the top, base method is first para and last para. Google reads from top. The algorithm. Tap on the title, it runs down the crawler, runs down and finishes on the bottom. So you need to give it a signal on the top and the last para, right?
The exact one, yeah?
Exact phrase, search phrase. That's very important. That is what we decide, right? That is as a content writer, you all can decide. Once you give the type search phrase, because we're going to write hundreds and hundreds of blogs, right? So there's so much of infinite possibilities. It's not like you just want to. Another thing, we're just choosing one key phrase. You don't want to write 20 articles on the same key phrase. Then Google knows the guy is spamming. Yeah. You should go for these, synonyms, alternate. Same word, same meaning, different words. So you got to shift it here and there, right? So minimum text length for a blog article 300 words. Okay. If you're writing a product description, it's 200.
It's for blogs, right?
Yeah, this is for blogs. Plus, it applies for every content on the website. The page content, product description. Product description also is very useful, right? Product description minimum 200 words. But most people don't have that also. They just have 100 words more. No, you need at least have 200 words. Product description. Google indexes product because WordPress, once you set it, products are indexed separately. One with the plugin within your store icons, products separate category, right? Blog posts separate category, it indexes. We'll see where time will run through the Google Search Console. I'll show you how it indexes. Then the content creation. Here we just run through this now. But actually, practically I'll show it through the yours. Then, like I said, the quality content is important, right, for your audience. Passive voice, okay, that one. I'll show you how you can identify. I have a test article also. We'll copy paste that, and we'll see how much of that article has a passive voice. If it's more than 10%, Google doesn't like. So it should be low. So you can. There's a Yoast plugin. It has a feature. You can actually show which is passive. You need to reword those, right? And sentence length is important. Recommended 20 words per sentence, right? So full stop has to stop at 18 to 20 words. Using consecutive sentences, avoid starting consecutive sentences with the same word. But if we got the consecutive, so that's where the challenge comes in. So you have to make sure you don't start paragraphs, the previous paragraph, the same words, right? Subheading distribution. So all paragraphs should have subheadings. That is, H1 is the main title, then the H2, H3, H4. Then I will show you the ChatGPT also will give you what when you say one subheading H2. Then if you have any minor breakdowns within that subheading, you can make it H3. If there are further minor breakdowns, for example, you can put it in H4. So now those headings, two things in WordPress. Not even, you're not going to write on WordPress, but you're going to cross-check the content on WordPress. You can use WordPress as a parameter, but in Word document, Microsoft Word, you can make headings. You know, right? Yeah, you can make that, right? And when you can copy paste it to automatically WordPress, it'll pick it up. As H2, H3, H4 will pick it up, right? So that one you can check. Then paragraph length, this is important. Keep the length of each paragraph below 150 words. So about 4 to 5 sentences per paragraph. Right? Doesn't matter how long it goes, but it should be for the user. Anyone coming to the article should immediately easy to navigate. Because people don't like reading everything. They probably pick up a subheading. Okay, this heading might be useful to them. They quickly read that paragraph and skip. Then transition is very important. Okay, are we using the transition words from paragraph to paragraph? We'll look at all that in detail. Okay. Then how to incorporate keywords and content. Focus on the high, of course, the high quality. Primary goal of the content should be to provide value to the audience. Instead of focus solely on keywords, create high quality content that answers your audience questions and provides valuable information. Is very, very important. Okay, that is what Google wants. Use keyword variation that we discussed. Instead of repeating the same keyword multiple times, use variations of the keyword, including synonyms and related terms. This helps search engines understand the context of your content and provides a better user experience. Okay. Avoid overusing keywords. Avoid overusing keywords which can make your content look spammy, which can negatively impact your ranking instead of focusing on using keyword naturally in your content. So instead focus on using keywords naturally in your content. That's where the challenge comes in. Okay. Then on-page optimization, this you won't be doing it, this I'll be doing it, but I just to give you an idea, title tags are important. The WordPress has that. I'll show it to you when I'll show in the WordPress. Meta descriptions that are automatically set within Yoast, so you can use that. With headings, use headings to break up your content, the like H1, tag 1, tag 2, 3, the subheadings. Use images and make sure you have all text into it and put that here, but images are very important, and use internal linking link. So I just pulled up from the web. Okay, some cyber security related content, but this guy has has all of these titles and everything. We'll see if it's good or not. We'll put it on yours. So now in WordPress. So once you log in, you will come to this. Okay, you don't have to worry about any of this. You'll only need to either you can go from here or you can go from the plus here. You just use post.
But then is it always important to make your readability and SEO score good?
If you get readability is the key. SEO score, you don't have to worry because you can't make it green here because you need to have everything set up on the website. And you do put the images, put the everything in place. That part I'll be doing, so you don't have to worry. You only need to worry about in SEO area. There are a few areas which you need to see, and the readability is the main area. My code is also dry. What is this block will check? The guy has not put a meeting now. This is tomorrow, no? Okay, let us come. Okay, now we are in the WordPress editor. So are you familiar with the WordPress editor, Deandre? Not pretty good. Okay, I think you are a bit familiar. So it go slow. This mouse. Hate these bloody wireless mouses, man. Yeah, this guy, the wire mouse he doesn't have. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So now before I copy paste the article, Deandre, you quickly run through the elements here. Now you won't have this login, you will see the same thing what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah. Now here, this is a Yoast plugin. Now this is only measure. your article, once you paste it, back you start getting analysis here, right? So here before we put the start putting the before I just run through all what you ran through the presentation is here. Okay, so here a lot of tabs here: SEO, readability, and inclusive language. Okay, so under SEO, this is what they see in Google, right? So we're not put any content, but showing you here the title here. This automatically I set it appears. You don't have to worry about any of this. Okay, now once you click, this is important. SEO analysis. You click this. Now you will see. Okay, the areas you need to look into is the key phrase length. Okay, once you put the article, it'll show, right? Text length. See, zero keywords, nothing here. Meta description, you don't have to worry about. SEO title, which says good, which is we're not even put a title. Nobody says it's good. Worse, we're not put a title. Okay. So then the other area we need to think about readability. Readability, once we put on the once you put the article, we get all the parameters. Okay, we'll copy paste the article first. Okay.
Can we add like more than a plugin, like SEO plugin to a WordPress?
More gear?
Like for example, we have used SEO, but we also want to add rank math.
Two plugins are in conflict. Okay. Rank math is not good for blog writing analysis, even though we're using on our website. That's why for all our websites we have rank math, mainly for the technical. So I'm just giving you this access, then you will know for the articles, SEO, yours is the best. Okay. Let me just copy paste the entire article. Poor Sam Pari. We want to analyze this content. Bad. Okay. I think all H2 descriptions, which is wrong. Right? When we click on this, see, it shows H2. Okay, one H2 is okay. Now all these is put H2. We can, we should make it like, have H3s and all that. But we'll see the SEO Yoast analysis first. I copy paste the blog here. Now we'll see what Yoast has to say. Okay, now we'll put a key phrase first. Now, I think the key phrase here is, let's say, cloud computing. Okay. See, it's mentioned cloud computing here. So, bam. Okay. So, readability is very poor, red, and SEO will see the improvements first, which is required. Don't worry about they just come here, scroll down. You don't have to worry about outbound links, you don't have to worry about images, you don't have to worry about intent. Those are technical aspects we're putting. This one, yes, key phrase in subheading is not there. Okay, now you see, he has not mentioned cloud computing in any of his subheadings. Okay, so here, let's say if you're talking about encryption, he should be talking about some. Before we edit, we just look at the errors first. He should be writing something like you're the writers, right? Encryption. How can cloud computing? How can encryption help or assist in cloud computing? Something like that. Then the stats will change below. But before we play around with it, we look at all the errors, right? Then SEO title it says it's long, it's too big. Okay, so but that is not a real factor, right? Because we can't have very short. Probably difficult to delete. See, so importance.
Heading, right?
Yeah, so importance of security in cloud computing. Gives the picture. Either you can sometimes you can delete the importance of cloud computing. That also we can put. Right, so that also we can play around and see, right?
So, what I don't understand is, so when it comes to that heading,
yeah.
If the more words, the less likely
it says, for example, now what you can learn from this is, now, see, you can click this. Now here is here, right? You click this, then another tab will open. That is the Yoast website. It will tell you how to use headings in a website. You can read this. That's the game. That's why the teacher will give you a perfect understanding why, how to use structuring your headings. Everything it explains here. Okay, you can read your video also and run and this lady will explain. Okay, every parameter here has this, has a title width. You want to know how? Click this. How to craft a great page title for SEO. If you don't want to waste time reading, there's a video, I think, right at the bottom. No video for that. I think these requires reading. Okay, so it shows here. It shows here. Yeah, all of this you can read, right? A lot of information here. Width versus length. They give analysis here. What Google likes, what Google does not like, and all that stuff, right? So it can be a bit technical, but you can get a deep understanding of here's the purpose of SEO title. Why a SEO title should be concise. But the thing with the concise title is, the one issue is there's so much of content out there. If we just use, for example, let's say security in cloud company, there might be 1,000 articles. The importance of this also might be another 100 to 500 articles, right? So you need to get this unique title, which best way to understand what a unique title is, you just copy paste this, do a Google search. Okay, but still this is not ranking. What is cloud security? Still it's not ranking the importance of cloud security. 10 reasons. Importance of cloud security. But this is no cloud computing then. The guy just importance of cloud security. What is cloud security? Importance of cloud security again. But in cloud computing is missing. Okay, so what importance of cloud security? So let's say the top 10 searches, this heading doesn't appear. If you look at the second page, still I don't think this heading has been used. So this is a good heading. But still, but the website article is not good enough to rank. So Google does not rank it. Okay, it's not good enough to rank. So you can just copy paste the title. So whatever title I give you, you can always just do a Google search and see. If it's not in the top 20, then it's good to work on optimizing. Okay, but if the same title appears, don't use. So then Google will pick it up as, there's a better article on this title. There's something very difficult for you to compete with an article. You're not going to ever appear in search results. Not in the short time, right? Okay. So that is one way of analyzing. Then title width. See, this you don't have to worry. This we talked about it. This in case we are both have to worry. Title width. Key phrase in title also is important. Okay, so this here it means improvement. Exact match of the focus key phrase appears in the title but not at the beginning. That's also a game. Now the title number, we use cloud computing. Now I don't know what key phrase this guy has used. Yeah. Okay, we don't know. But what Google says is you get this cloud computing here. You make sure copy paste, put this here first. Cloud computing. Then what is the importance of it? Something like that. Next. So when you put that the main key phrase as the first part of the title, let Google likes it. Okay. So all these, when I give you the title suggestion, just don't start writing. Okay. You do your bit of analysis also and see. Okay, if you better, yes, suggest. Okay, we'll do this, then do that.
So once the blog is done, we take it here, we can check it and then redo it.
Yes. This is the whole idea for you to check. That's why I got asked me to give this login to both of you. You can just write it on Word document. First don't write it on this hassle. Just write it on a Word document, just copy paste on this and do your proofread, own SEO audit. You are doing own SEO audit. So if you want to know why this is important, let's say, where was that? Key phrase in title with key phrase in SEO title, you just click this, even article. Okay, you just read this and understand why it's important. They'll tell you, right? What is further understanding of it. And if you again ask the same question, ChatGPT might give a short answer. Okay, but
that article you can like someone.
yeah, but these guys are going in depth because they want to rank on Google. Because I think they have the best article on this area, so they are ranking on top. Okay, so they are ranking on top. Okay, so that was that. On that, so there's a lot of learning for you all also on this. Then these, so this is good. Key phrase introduction, bam. Here we got that. Yeah, cloud computing right on top. So that is a green. Key phrase length is good. 2. You can have max. You can have to go up to 4. For example, if you go here, cloud computing for business. Let's say for business. search for businesses in Colombo, for example, right? This is like too long. So once you put this, you see the whole thing will change. Yeah. See, where was that? Still it says it's good. Key phrase length. Okay, in Colombo. Uh, Anything else? Okay, Sri Lanka. Asia. Okay. Let's see what it says. No, it's not good. No. Key phrase length contains 7 keywords. That's more than the recommended maximum of 4. So key phrase content length, it likes from 2 to 4. Right? So this should be ideally to 4 or 2. So we put 2. So if you have 4, it's good. 4 is very good. Longer, better. 4 to 5 sometimes acceptable, but not 6, 7. No.
Yeah.
Okay. So see, this changes once you change that. Text length is good. 721. If you click this text length, you get a nice article from Yoast explaining you what word count is, how long a blog post should be. This is a very interesting article because see, we advise writing more than 300 words for regular posts and pages, while product description should have over 200 words. Okay, so why is that? Higher word count helps Google better understand what your text is about, and generally speaking, Google tends to rank longer articles higher.
But they say at least 300 words, but is there a cutoff point?
No.
So it can be more than.
If you write 1,000 words, those are called cornerstone articles. You get this here. See? Yeah, you have a higher chance of ranking in Google if you write a higher quality blog post of 1,000 words or more. We also experienced this ourselves. We have written some articles to 2,500 words. Our Shopify SEO article hit 9,000 words. So, I mean, like, it's like this. Nobody has budgets. I mean, clients don't give me a budget for 5,000 words. Right? And so if people are paying for it, I mean, that's why I told Nafis also, the big subject, if you tell your client, okay, if you want to rank blah, 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 if you want a 2,500 word blog, you charge him. I mean, you charge $50, $100 per article. And you write it. I mean, there's no harm. So longer the better. But unfortunately, the resources, right? Resources is the problem. See, cornerstone articles plus 900. Cornerstone articles in here in WordPress, you can set that below here. You can make here all this. For example, here this is just you check the word count of this. You can click here and check here 721 words, right? But if you write, let's say 3,000 word article, you can make this on. So this WordPress will mark this as a cornerstone. You can have, let's say if you have 100 articles on your website, you can have about 10%, 10 corner articles. Those are descriptive, 3,000, 5,000 words. So this later probably when a client has a lot of content, like for example, thing with SEO is that this article we publish, we don't just publish and just allow it to go extinct. No. Once in 3 months, we need to republish this, editing this, adding more content to this. Now currently it's 700, right? After 3 months, that is where the repurposing content. We have this repurposing content. Google takes this seriously because when you have an old content and just let it go for 1 year, then Google sees that's the old article, new things are coming. So the ideal SEO practice is every 3 months. Every 3 months, you pull out that first article you published 90 days back, you add another 500.
So then, say for a website, like say there's a company that keeps doing like blogs, 2 or 3 blogs a week or whatever, right? So every 90 days, you need to go back and delete those other ones. And
don't delete. 2 ways of doing it. You can, because you want to rank for this keyword phrase, right? For this blog, for example, and this if you're getting some traffic on this search title, you leave it as it is. Nothing is happening because once you change this, DeAndre, this is going to be the URL of the. Take for example, here this is the URL. The importance of Google is ranking for this H1 title, right? So this H1 title, once you change, entire URL changes. That's probably indexing issue. So you don't change this H1. Most unless there's nothing happening, only you go for a change, or you don't change that. Okay. What else you do is this content here. You can either delete the whole thing, put a new content, or keep this content. You write another 500 words and edit Probably here or in top introduction is best place, new content. You put an edit here and put some new updates on this area, let's say cloud computing. After 3 months something else comes up, you add that 500 content, okay, with new key phrases, and you can change the key phrase play everything. Then Google, and once you do this and hit publish here, there's a date here. You can, because old article will have a previous date. You publish now. You set this now pattern here. Immediate. Yeah, so like a new one, publish it. Google will take it as not a new article. It knows that this URL is old URL. It knows it's a refresh. Refresh article or publish on this date.
But
then
still
yeah, the Google will run, bots will run, and it will value the content. Okay, this guy is updating his content. This is not a dead article. So that value. So very important repurposing content. That one we need to, first we need to write at least 20 blogs for a client for 3 months. Okay, how many? Say 2, 3, yeah, about 20 blogs for 3 months. Then we need to go into that strategy. Okay, so repurposing content. So it's an ongoing process. Like I said, the new content, when the repurposing content comes into play, the work is going to get a bit double. Where you're going to, of course, do the new content, you're add more refreshing old content. So the client has to do things here. The client has to, since they have more work, probably we have to include that in the retainer. The retainer is going to happen. I mean, you can tell the client what's going to happen after 3 months, and after 3 months, regularly it's going to happen every month. Repurposing old content and new content, old content, new content, old content. So it's a lot of work involved there, right? Again. So that's what we looked at here. That is the up to context length. So this is the easy part. Then the tough part comes in. This blog is a total failure. Readability. The readability. This one is the game changer for Google to actually rank the content. Apart from the initial keyword, all the settings and the length and the all of that. Here, first thing is now here these consecutive sentences. The text contains 2 instances where 3 or more consecutive sentences start with the same word. So how do you find out? You click this I. Go up. Bad. See these highlights. So what you need to do for when you're proofreading, audit, when you're doing copy pasting, you need to check. Okay. See, encryption is one here. Encryption is highlighted, starting consecutive sentence. Access controls, one access controls here again. So you need to change that. So once you change this here, bam, then this error goes out, right? This error goes out. That is complete. This will become a green. Next one, sentence length. 39% of the sentences contain more than 20 words, which is more than the recommended maximum of 25%. That is, less than 25% of the blog should have more than 20 words as per sentence. So once you click the I here, bam, it will show you. See, all these are more than 20. See, this one entire paragraph. So this here, no, this one is also more than 20 words here. This with the comma is also more than 20 words. So it wants to reduce. Probably you can make this sentence shorter. Rewrite. Shorter. See all these highlights. It's very easy. So it gives you the suggestion. You just have to this you edit it here. Once you copy paste that word article here, you make all the edits here. Don't go there and then you make the edits here. Make sure all of this become green much as possible. Green, yeah. Then you copy paste again and put it in the Word document. Then you're done, right? I don't know. Somebody who's going to audit this and all. They want to. I mean, be a hectic process. Someone actually audits this. Okay, now another guy wants access to this. They want to audit all this. Hit the green. We can send a screenshot after you. Let's say make all of these are green. Probably this article. We'll send a screenshot of this to, I don't know, Nafis or someone. He might be or whoever the project manager is, to show that okay, the readability is good. Okay, so we are all good, right? The next element, passive voice. 11.9% of the sentences contain passive voice, more than the recommended 10%. Okay, bad. It shows. Okay, these simply changes. So we'll just look at the passive voice because this is a more typical part to change. Okay, okay. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, optimizing a passive voice score. They give you the record here. This is the passive voice. The book is bought by me. Or active voice you need to make, but you can't use I, unfortunately. So we need to work around this. How you are going to make the?
You can't use I.
The active voice. What they're suggesting is I buy a book. I am buying a book is what Google likes, like I told you earlier, right? But unfortunately, in the technical, when you're writing a blog first, we can use I.
Yeah.
So we
I
should-
already say.
okay. So we need to work around this, find an alternative.
Yeah.
So you have to play around with words and probably get a bit of ChatGPT help, all of that, and make these are examples, right? So so this wants all they want it to be active voice. So what they say here is passive voice is a way of constructing a sentence in a way which can make a sentence more difficult to read. For example, I was I was hugged by mom is sentence in passive voice, while its active counterpart is mom hugged me, right? So you should try to avoid passive voice constructions whenever possible, right? Whenever you can. They almost always make your writing more distant and your message less clear. The readability analysis USTO comes with a passive voice assessment, which checks whether the sound number of sentence contains passive voice exceeds the recommended amount. So try to write in active voice to make your writing much more stronger. Okay, so that is where, and Google algorithm actually has been trained because people like to read active voice. But novels, why do people like read novels? You know, it's not third person, it's first person. So it keeps you interested. So the human brain likes active voice, so they want active voice. So that's actually most challenging part of this SEO read writing is the active voice, right? Especially for business blogs, right? That's the biggest challenge there, right? So let us see the other parameter. So subheading is a good job, paragraph length is a good job, transition words is a good job. So we click on the eye here, let's see. All these transition words are good, it says, right? So if these are also bad, it will show. So you can only use this eye click indicator and check, right? So these are the main, this is the main area you'll be focusing on the readability, because once you get this, Google will value the blog. Okay, so what we do is, so once, let's say once the article is published, okay, once the article is published, you take the URL and you get the URL, right? So let's say search console, let me show you. Uh, Flama, no, we're not written any blogs, but only Google Search Console I have access here is for Flama, I think, right? Let's see, the website is index Google Search Console. I'll show you how they works.
Hard one idea.
Huh? Yeah. Oh yeah, Flama is there, right? Okay, so let's say for Flama services page, let's say you wrote this, right? Deandre?
No, not this.
Which one you write about?
Not yet, but it's not incorporated.
Not still put in.
It's not still.
Why?
It's not still put.
Crazy. I don't know, I can't remember what you wrote.
Remember our page?
Yeah, not still put in. Why?
I started put in yet.
Crazy, mama. About us, Sudhana, Mukud ne? Crazy.
That's still the old content.
Why you not changed it then?
Not sure.
You should be changing this. For example, like these and all. I mean, for you can't be perfect with this is mainly for the blog articles. For the website content, actually page content, it won't be very difficult. But you can still use the analysis. For example,
so what if, say, for example, you have web content, right?
let's
so
let us see. Let us see.
yeah.
Paste this, right?
Yeah. So maybe paste it, then it's still show.
Yeah, sure.
So that's how you can optimize web content also, right?
Yes, very true.
But what if it is done like some code page if you want to change, but it's written in full HTML
Yeah.
and the content is not handled here, but the SEO shows red. Then what?
You can, I mean, you can change. I mean, who's supplying HTML?
Yeah, I'm just asking a scenario like that.
No, don't take up HTML because here HTML you can view HTML and from this editor, it's mainly based on text content. From Blogger, if you're using Blogger platform, HTML content also you can view, right? But you don't have to worry about the HTML content because you won't be able to, they won't tell you to write HTML content. Okay, so we have any issues there, don't worry. But anyways, all this content is HTML. If you go to, inspect and see, okay, I will put the content first. Wait, we'll take this Flama. Okay, there's that. Okay, okay, about us should be the title. Okay, let us see the SEO score for this. It is good. Okay, but only thing is sentence length.
Yeah.
See? because getting this green is good. So I don't know your content. I don't have it here. We can run that all, but I don't. But that's not the English is just bad.
My
So
content is shorter than that.
shorter than this, no? So it should be better. Okay, so we will make this. If you make this sentence shorter, then you're done. But here the SEO part of it here, density here, zero. Now we put the key phrase here about us. No, no, we can't put about us here. Wrong key phrase. Let's say no, because about us, no.
Logistics in UAE, logistics UAE.
But unfortunately, the title is you can't play around with the web content because let's say this is going to be the URL. This has to be the keyword actually. Okay, if you look at it.
Unless you put it on the heading.
Yeah, unless you put it on a heading and do some Gilmart there. But other areas, text length not good enough. 255, need to be a 300 words, right? See a meta description. Okay, that we can adjust. Images, this is good. Density, we not found, of course, about us unless you put like you said, make it a subheading, a heading, and play around with it. Other than that, it's okay. Okay, these areas are okay. We'll check another page. Services. Services breaks up here and there. This one, not much content on the services page. Actually, not much content on the website. That's the whole issue. Still, this goes to the service page. See? Okay. So, not much of content in Flama unless we do the blogs. So, we just run this page. I'm just showing you the search console. Let's see this. Let's see the about us page has been indexed or not. Okay. So manually, this is how we tell Google to run through the website. You paste the URL here, click enter. See, Google is retrieving from its index. The Google is on URL. Sorry, the URL is on Google. See, it is there, index. Yeah, page is indexed. So then only if the page is indexed. Okay, see the Google smart bot can crawl it, right? Only if the page is indexed, it appear. We run a live test, it will run and show. So most times pages don't get indexed because there are errors. So that page, whatever we do, it won't show up in search results. This one Google is indexed. So
what can we do?
they have to change the content. We can put the title, make it more SEO friendly. See, the readability is good. We saw Google indexed it, right? So let me do a live test on that. It's good, not bad. It's also this is very important. Google checks mobile usability, how it's on the breadcrumbs, how it appears in search results, and all of that. So a lot of things are the page experience. Okay, there's not much data, not much traffic. These are the technical SEO stuff, but the mobile usability is okay, quite good. If you look at the pages, it's very interesting. The 8 pages are indexed, but 9 not indexed. We'll check the index pages. You take this. Yeah, view index pages. We'll check what is indexed. About us is indexed, main URL is indexed, service is indexed, privacy policy, contact, locations. These are admin. This is just, I don't know why this got indexed. So it should not be hello world, but it got indexed. But then we'll go back and check the pages not indexed. Okay. Here you get, here this is a fail. Redirect. We'll check why. We check what the there's a duplicate Flama services. That's another privacy policy. I don't know, might be with that. So those things we can. That is you don't have to worry about those. I'm just showing you how this they crawl not index. We check that pages. These are just some within. They're not set it. I mean, they can set it in WordPress for certain these type of stuff. The content uploads like the images not to be like certain area not to get crawled. You can set it. Do not crawl, it will not crawl. It will only crawl the pages which you want, the main pages blogs. So you can save on crawl budget. Something called crawl budget. If you're using a hosting, it gives you a limit of now how number the traffic. So the traffic is measured with the how many times the crawl is crawling. So you can tell the crawler, you can set parameters for it to not to crawl certain web pages. You can save that budget. You can save that to crawl the main pages. So these are not being set that can sort it. That's not the issue. This is not your area. Just I will show it for your understanding, but we'll just look at the keyword research tools, right? So you're familiar with this. Now this is your main area. This yours. So So this is the main area. So just do some testing with your current content, and you can definitely get it. Since she also has used it, if there are any doubts, you can just play with her how to just set this. It's very important. Because once you get this green, the blog will index. See that this rubbish about us they written, it unfortunately it had this parameter set, it got indexed. So get this green. Okay, so that is very important. Then we look at the keyword. There's a very interesting tool. I'll share the link with you all called H Super Tools, right? This one. Okay, the free tool to use. You can use it a whole bunch of stuff like YouTube keyword. You can even generate headings, title, text, discover high CPC words, web tools. It has AI thing also, text generator, it has a lot of stuff, right? This is the owner. It's a Lebanese guy, right? Okay. He also loves ChatGPT. So here, what I want to use is go here, keyword research tool, right? So there, okay, you can log in and create an account. You can more search phrases. You can use it free also. Just anything. What do you want to search? Any now here we're going to generate. Just put one keyword and let's say you're going to write about something. Okay, you want some keyword ideas. Okay, let's say for your social media content. Just give me something currently which you're doing.
IoT.
Internet of Things, right? IoT. Okay. Search. Okay, so it gives IoT monthly search volume over 450,000. Competition low. CPC as a cost per click is like 0.28 cents, right? This one you have to sign in, so that's not important, but we just look at this, right? For IoT, directly IoT searches are 450, low, right? IoT analytics, another similar keywords. IoT core, IoT definition, IoT device, IoT gateway. So you can pick. So now,
just Internet of Things.
yeah, you just put IoT here. I think better to log in. You know why? Now with free search it only gives 10. So we will now we need to log in. Okay, sign up. We sign up with Google? No, sign up with Google, right here. And let's say Krish. Email, what is my email? Okay. Oh, come on. Yeah. Password, just put something 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start working 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, sign. Enter your full name. Come on, man. This guy's YouTube channel is quite good, no? Hassan, yeah. It's called Hassan channel. A lot about SEO and money, making money online, all of the stuff he talks about. Okay. Activate your email. Hold on, sign in. Okay. Now we are signed in. We can get more stats. We're signed. So we go here again. Now SEO. Now we can use for social media also directly. I'm just showing you this first, and I'll just show you on hashtag generator, title generator, all that. So IoT, right? Search. Okay, so we get more searches here. Let's go through.
Are those for YouTube?
Yeah, they are showing from, it doesn't matter, Google, YouTube, it's mainly pulling out from YouTube, but similarly, Google search also, it'll be integrate, you don't have to worry. So for IoT, similar related keyword search volume, mainly this area you need to observe. So if you're writing, let's say about IoT, you can focus on IoT applications, right? Keywords. So that is about 22,000 searches, and the competition also low. Okay, when the competition is low, not see this cost. Sometimes they're bidding, but this CPC is high IoT analytics. So when say competition is low, even though the CPC is high, not many people are writing content related to that, right? See, this is high IoT button. See, even though the cost per click is less, lot of people are writing content on it, right? But monthly volume searches are less, but this paid competition, this depends on the people who are bidding on Google ads, right? Okay, so then you have, you can check this here, highest monthly volumes, IoT, what that is. See the form, IoT devices are about 40,000, IoT form fields, right? 40,000, IoT meaning 40,500, application, depletion. So you can just goes on with the, now here the main area, your part is the volume. The volume is good that people are searching for the at least 1,000 until you come to zero. So don't use this IoT matter, zero. Nobody cares about it, right? IoT jobs in Germany, nobody cares about it, 30. Right? Okay. So see, up to about 1,000 above, you can use this.
So what if the keyword has a low volume, search volume?
Yeah.
But it is like, you should include it in the blog article.
That's not a problem, because that keyword, this volume can change. I mean, what is low today, in another 3 months it can become high. More people can let's say nobody knew about ChatGPT 2 years ago. I mean, nobody knows. I mean, 2000 beginning of last, nobody knew about it. Zero search volume. After it was launched, man, hit the roof, right? So let's say ChatGPT here, for example, right? Oh, capture. This I think is taking for monthly, huh? So monthly chat GPT app, chat GPT plus. So a lot of, but there are a lot of zeros here. So might be two step one word. See 20 million searches monthly. See, you got the word, right? So see. 2 million. So I think it's without the space, so you will get the, make sure you put the right phrase here, or you show, right?
So what it shows, like, for example, that right at the top, right?
Yeah.
It says that ChatGPT is one where it's a very, there's a lot of competition there.
Yeah.
So say for example, now the other thing had, if you put chat space GPT, that also had a certain amount.
Complex. You can use that. You can use that. So some people might put a space and search. Some people, but this is the brand name as it comes without space. So people are exactly typing capacity online. See, they all the search spaces down, free. So it's anything below chat GPT is just way drop in volume. See, go to the zero. Let's see. See ChatGPT, this course, I don't know why this shows a zero here. Probably hub German, how does it work? Not much search volume, but directly people are probably logging into, people are just logging into ChatGPT from Google. Search log, that's where the volume is, right? So that's the rough idea. Okay, how this works. Of course, some other tool, you want it for social media, no? Topic Explorer, Find Channel, YouTube, AI Writer, that also is there here. Well, has this. But this guy gives a credit here. There's certain, it writes, let's say, IoT. You can check the intelligence level 5. Let's say, you can write social media content on this. Okay, very useful, right for you. ChatGPT will give you paragraphs, it write concise. Huh? This is quite good. Okay, let's say 125, you go on 100-word description. Okay, on let's say something, not to say what you will put a couple of more phrases. Anything. Be more precise. It's more one word won't do.
Just for process automation.
Automation. Okay, we'll say, okay, we'll just put two words and see how it generates, right? This is what you have generated. Process automation, use of technology automation. It's like a description, right? It's very cheap, not close to even to ChatGPT. It can include tasks such as data entry, process automation can help in business impressions accuracy, but only 37 words. We'll ask another prompt. What, how to.
Oh, that's a process let's go with how process automation is changing businesses in
How process automation is
or helping businesses in 2023.
helping businesses. Let's see how this works. Gives 100 words. Recent years for increasing popularity. It has written this. So when you ask a precise other than 2 words, it gives you a better by automatically repeat even time consuming tasks. There are a number of different ways that business automate the process, including using software and robotic here. It's more of a descriptive text which you can use for your captions. Or even short content you're writing, you pull this up. Right? This is a good answer. Based on 100 words recursive. Put 200 probably, 150 maximum will generate, but that's good enough, right? So this tool it has multiple. That's why it is a very useful website, right? Even YouTube keywords you can generate from this, right? Yeah. To if you are doing YouTube SEO, as a separate like blog writing or managing video description titles and all, it will recommend. Yeah, AI title generate. That's also useful for generating titles. Let's say, like you said, process automation. Let's see what titles it gives. You can compare this with ChatGPT and see how good are the titles. How to automate your process, save time. It's good. Yeah, 5% automation to speed up. Decent. Easy process to automate. You can just pull this as the fine tune it at the key phrases here and there, and get it. So 5 generator. So then outline generator email it checks. You can send emails. There's a lot of things you can play with it. Article paraphrasing tool also it has. You can discover key Instagram hashtags. That will be useful for you. Okay, you can use the hashtag for anything on the Instagram, but So let's say what do you want to check? Okay. Still loading, no? Oh, too bad. It's only able to pull up one. That's a technical one. We go with something simple like anything.
Automation.
Jewelry. Okay. Spelling right, jewelry. There's so many ways of spelling jewelry. See it again.
Yeah.
See? So easy. Here, just copy paste this. Bam. Hashtags for your social media. And we keep writing. The type, pull, and call. Very easy. It's free to use all this. So here you can check the relevance here. How many posts with jewelry, average likes, that was it pulls up. Average comments, post per hour. So if you're an Instagrammer, travel, if you're serious, a person on Instagram, you can really use these or Facebook or whatever you're posting pictures. Gives you the number of posts, it gives the volume, so you know where you're looking at. So you can use these, or just if you want to just load it, you just copy paste this and bam. So it's very useful for hashtag generation, right? So what else we have here? We have image generator now that works. Discover influencers, you can discover people also. Web tools, Favicon generator, password, privacy policy generator, and it's also already privacy policy, but click this, you generate for you. So here, all this HTML version plus the policy here. It's a very useful tool. You can just um, play with this land. Let's go through all this and understand. So not many people know. You never knew about this, right? No, so not many people know. So that's why I shared this. So very useful. Use that tool as well. So that basically covers the the presentation. So it's about then next any question. I think you asked a question. Anything else? You asked a lot of questions. Let's see. It's 1 hour 25 minutes here.